welcome to or welcome back to a new video. So I'm very excited about this video because it kind of like marks the start of the festive season, and if you didn't know me, I love the festive season. I'm very much one of those people who believes Christmas starts on November 1st, so yeah, prepare to be sick of me shoving the festive season down your throat, but I love it so much and I am just so excited that it's November. I just love the cold, chilly mornings and evenings, and it's still a bit autumnal but it's also like a bit wintry. Christmas is upon the horizon, everyone's getting festive, the shops are getting festive, the reads are getting festive, and it's just a great time. So I'm very excited to put together a TBR for November. So yeah, today we are going to be going through my TBR. I have my trusty little TBR jar which I really do need to refresh soon, that I'm going to choose some prompts from, and then I have a couple of books in mind that I do just know for sure I want to get to this month. So yeah, it's going to be hopefully a cozy reading month. I'm going on a trip to a little log cabin in the woods and I hope to get a book or two read during that, so I am planning to vlog for that, so do keep an eye out. But yeah, I'm very excited just for like a nice slow reading month and just to enjoy the books I read some good books and get back into the swing of reading, because I recently did have a baby, so life has been a little bit crazy. But yeah, very excited to see what my TBR jar chooses for me. So if you would like to see what I'm planning to read in November, please go watching this video and let's get straight into it. Okay, so I'm going to choose 5 prompts from this jar and then I'll go through some of the books I know I definitely want to get to. So I'm definitely in a mood reading mood, but I like having the prompts to kind of guide me. So let's choose our first prompt. Okay, we're going to go for this one. So let's see what we have. So next book in a series. Okay. Ooh. What book do I want to read that's the next book in a series? This is actually kind of hard. I feel like I could kind of bend the rules a little bit for this one. And I own this book physically, but I'm far too lazy to go and grab it. And I am also currently reading it, so it kind of does count, but that is Voracious, and this is the second book in the Edge of Darkness trilogy. It's a dark romance trilogy, and I am having such a good time reading it. I read the first book, Insatiable, back in August I think it was, and I gave it 5 stars. I loved it. I love Kate so much, and I can't explain like what it is about this kind of story specifically, but it has me honestly in a chokehold. Like, I cannot get enough of it. It is so good and I just love it. Like, it's so outlandish but it's amazing. It's very dark, so do check trigger warnings before you go in, but I am just loving reading the dynamics between different characters. The romance is amazing. It's definitely very toxic, but I love it. And I also really like how there's kind of like flashbacks to the past in these books. They kind of help you paint a bigger picture and are kind of building to the story and adding more layers, which I really appreciate. And also the MMC's dad is literally a serial killer, so I feel like that adds another kind of interesting element to the story. And yeah, I just really enjoy it. It's got lots of rich people drama in, romance and like mafia even kind of vibes, and just all sorts going on, but it's just such a fun time. I don't really know how to describe what this book's about, but yeah, if you like a dark romance, if you want like a really interesting kind of dark romance, then I would definitely recommend this series, but do check out the trigger warnings first. But yeah, this is the second book in the series. I picked this up straight after finishing the first, and I've been meaning to pick it back up again, so I feel like this can kind of fit for this prompt because it is a book that I'm in the mood to read, and it is a book that I really want to read, and it is the next book in the series. So yeah, this is definitely gonna be my book that I pick for this prompt. Okay, moving on to our next prompt. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so here is our second prompt, which is last book in a series. Now, in all honesty, there's only one series that I'm up to the last book and I'm saving that. So I fear we may have to pop this back in the jar because I don't have any other books I could read, and I'm definitely not reading that one. So let's pop this back in the jar and pick a different prompt because I literally have nothing else I can choose for that. Okay, so this is our next one, which is favorite author. Okay, my favorite author, I have a few. I know what I'm going to choose for this one. It's a book I have on my Kindle because I don't think this is out just yet, and I really like this author. I recently discovered them this year, have read a few books of theirs. One of their most popular ones being Leave Me Behind, gave this 5 stars. The author is Kaya Morinova. She writes dark romance for the most part, and I just love how she has the ability to literally rip your heart out of your chest every single time with every single book. Leave Me Behind is a dark military romance. I loved it so much. Again, trigger warnings. And then I read Phantom's Hope, which is just so soul crushing, honestly. So if you're in the mood to have a good cry, do check that book out. But yeah, I really love her book, so I would say she's a favourite author. I do actually have on my Kindle a copy of Your Knife, My Heart. I'm pretty sure is the title. My friend let me know a while ago that you could get this on NetGalley, and I managed to get it, so I'm very excited to read it. I'm pretty sure it's this one that I have on my Kindle. It's kind of set in the same world as Leave Me Behind, and again, it's another like dark military-esque romance, and I'm so excited to read it. And the cover is stunning. I'm obsessed. So yeah, very much excited to read this one. So this is definitely my second pick. I didn't mean to keep choosing dark romance, but it's just calling to me for some reason at the moment. Okay, so let's choose our third prompt and see what we've got. So here it is here, which is read a Fairyloot book. Okay, so what Fairyloot book do I want to read? I know which book. Okay, so I've decided to go for this one, which is Thorn Season by Kiera Azar, and this is the October YA pick, I believe, and this edition is so pretty. Look how beautiful it is. I love this so much that I just have to show you guys all of the special features of this book, because the style of the art is like an anime style, and I love it. Maybe like, yeah, anime manga style, and it is stunning. These are the front end papers here, and then these are the back. And honestly, I don't know too much about this book. It's the art that's kind of captured my attention, but this edition is one of my favorite Fairyloot editions. I love it so much. I think it's beautiful. So I think I'm gonna have to choose this one because it's a new release, and it sounded so good when I read the synopsis. It says here there's a brutal ruler with the handsome face of a fairytale prince, and then we also have a foreign ambassador with secret agendas of his own. So we have a love triangle. I don't know too much about this, and honestly I don't really want to know too much about it, but I do love a young adult fantasy, and the fact there's a love triangle in here just kind of has me sold. And yeah, I'm very excited to give this a read. I think it's going to be such a fun time, and this edition is so stunning, and I'm just in the mood for a YA fantasy, so I feel like this is the perfect pick. Okay, so let's choose our fourth prompt and see what we've got. Hopefully this isn't going to be upside down, because I actually cannot tell. Okay, it's upside down. One word title. Ooh, I feel like this could be hard. Okay, so it took me a minute, but I think we're gonna do this, which is so not realistic. Like literally having a baby, my hands are full 24/7. So I don't know who I think I am being able to read this book, because look how chunky this is. It's over 1,000 pages. This book is, yeah, literally over 1,000 pages. It is 1,024 pages long. So I fear I may have gone insane thinking I can actually read this in November, but who knows, maybe I will get completely sucked into it and actually read the entire thing. Now, if you didn't know, this was originally a fanfic called Manacled, and it has now been edited, traditionally published and revised as Alchemized by Sen Lin Yu. And so many people love Manacled. It holds a very special place in a lot of people's hearts. Now, I have read some of Manacled. I never finished it. It's very dark. It is obviously inspired by Dramani fanfic. So we have like the Dramani aspect and kind of the Harry Potter world if Voldemort would have won the war. And then we also have themes of The Handmaid's Tale. So it's very dark, has a lot of dark themes and really kind of, I guess, tough themes. And yeah, it's not like a fun, silly fantasy romance time. This is definitely heavy hitting, very dark, and probably heartbreaking. So do consider that before you pick this up. But I do really want to read it. So many people I know have read and loved this, and I did really enjoy what I had read of Manacled. So I've been meaning to pick this up for the last like month or two since it came out. And yeah, I feel like this is my sign. So I am looking forward to potentially reading this. Even if I just start it, I will be happy. I mean, I have read the prologue, but it's literally like a page and a half, so we'll see. But I'm going to put this on my TBR. We'll see if I actually read it. If you have read this, please let me know your thoughts down below. And also, if you've read Manacled and this, let me know how they compare and what your thoughts are, because I'd be very interested to know. But I'm very excited to pick this up and hope that I do this month. Okay, so let's choose our fifth and final prompt. I really need to restock this and do some new prompts, I think. But let's see what the final prompt is. Hopefully this isn't upside down. Oh, not us getting that one again. A last book in a series. Okay, we're not doing that. And I've just dropped the TBR jar all over the floor. Okay, second time lucky. Let's see what we get with this prompt, because I am very, very nervous. I also fear I hear my cats fighting. So if you hear that in the background, let's pretend that you don't. But let's see. Less than 200 pages. Ooh. I feel like this is going to be quite a tricky one to find. What's less than 200 pages? Don't actually think I have any books that I can read that are less than 200 pages. This is like the one problem, I guess, of doing the TBR jar and putting prompts like this in, is sometimes you just don't have anything to read for them. So again, we're going to have to try and find a fifth prompt. Is this the third time or fourth go? I don't know. Maybe it's the second. Okay. Let's try this again. They're all stuck together. How many have I got here? Let's see. I think is that 1 or 2? Okay. Let's see. What's that say? 300 plus pages. Okay, we can work with this. We can work with this. So let's see. 300 plus pages. I could read so many books that are 300 plus pages. But I think I'm in a romanticy mood. So let me consult my romanticy shelf and see what I want to read. Okay, I've picked up 2 different books, both of which are well over 300 pages. They are over 500 pages each. I think they're around 600 to 700 pages long each. So yeah, I kind of went over the top of that one. But these are the 2 books here. So we have Anathema by Carrie Lake, and we also have Glow of the Everflame by Penn Cole. Now, you've probably seen this one on a few TBRs of mine, and that is because I started this series this time last year, I believe it was, or in December. I read the first book, absolutely adored it, was obsessed with it. And then I started to read the second book and stopped. And I have that really, really bad second book syndrome thing, because I can be absolutely loving a series. It could be god tier, it can be 5-star, and I'll be so excited to read the next book, but for some reason I'll just put it off or just simply stop reading it. And I don't know why. Does anybody else do this? Like, there has to be some science behind this, because I just can't commit to things, and no matter how much I'm loving or enjoying something, I always seem to just put it down, and I don't know why. And I've been dying to finish this series, continue this series, and read this book. So I think I'm leaning towards this. However, I really do want to read this. I do also have the stunning US hardcover edition of this book, and I really want to read it. Like, spooky season's come to an end, but I really want to pick this up so bad. I don't know too much about it, but the aesthetic reels I've seen for this are just so my vibe. The gothic vibes, the spooky woods, and the romance just sounds amazing. And I really do want to go into this not knowing too much. I feel like that's going to be the best way for me to read this, but I really don't know. I kind of want to put both in my TBR, which I know is kind of cheating and against the rules, but I really, really want to. So bad. You know what? I'm going to do it. Okay, we're going to go with Glow of the Everflame by Penn Cole for my pick for this prompt, but this is just going to be on my TBR anyway, because I have actually already packed this book to go with me to my trip, so it's kind of decided for me. But yeah, this series is a fantasy romance series. I don't think it really has Throne of Glass vibes, but I've heard it compared to that. And I just think if you are looking for a series with a really unique world that kind of did almost remind me of the districts of the Hunger Games, like all the different districts, it definitely has that vibe. And you just want a character who is just really, really interesting to read about. Like, she goes from being one thing to another, let's just say that. And I love her character development. I love the relationships between characters in this world. The court politics are so fun in this world as well, and the magic. And I don't know how to talk about this book without giving any spoilers, but honestly, it is one of the best fantasy series I've read so far. I have only read the first book, so I don't know why I'm saying series, but it is one of the best I've read, and I really enjoyed it. I filmed an entire reading vlog when I was reading the first book, so if you did want to hear my thoughts properly and a bit more about the book, I will link that vlog down below, because thoughts escape me right now, so I'm having a hard time here, okay? So I will link that vlog down below, but I really, really enjoyed it, and I'm actually so excited about the prospect of going back into this book again. So I think this is definitely the winner. However, like I just said, I am going to be putting this on my TBR, so don't know much about it. I always kind of link the books down below, because if you guys want a full synopsis, you can find them there. I can never do a book justice in saying what it's about. I'm very much as well a surface level reader, not in terms of the actual reading, I mean in terms of like being interested in a book. Like, I just need to know the vibes, some of the tropes, and a rough kind of idea of what to expect, and I will want to pick a book up. That will like decide it for me. So I don't always need to read a full synopsis of a book, because I found when I do that, especially with fantasy, I start automatically comparing it to other fantasy books, or expecting certain like scenarios to happen, certain like tropes and things like that, and then when those things don't happen, I'm disappointed, and it affects my enjoyment of the book overall, which is just so unfair on the author and just really, really silly. So I always try to go into fantasy books not really knowing too much and just having a fun time. I like to go into my fantasy books not knowing anything about the world, because I find so much more enjoyment then of going into this new fantasy world, not knowing how the magic system works, what the world's going to be like, kind of like the vibes of it. I like learning that along the way as I read. The same with like characters and the trajectory of like a romance or a character's like development or anything like that. So I think with fantasy, I just really do like to go into it kind of based on vibes purely, which might not be for everyone, but that's how I like to do things. So I do always link all these books down below if you guys want to actually figure out what they're about fully, but I'm definitely a vibes kind of girl, okay? So yeah, anyway, definitely going into this purely based off vibes and aesthetics. Sometimes I'll just watch a TikTok or a reel of like the aesthetics of a book, and that will be what makes me want to read it. And there's never failed me, honestly, that or a quote. And I've never been stayed wrong. So yeah, I will continue to do that. But anyway, this is also on my TBR. And then just to quickly mention the books I'm planning to pick up irregardless this month, I think I am going to be doing my reread of Air of Fire. I love this book so much, and I feel like all of the tabs in this book do attest to that. Like, this book is just one of my faves, and I did very briefly start rereading it, and when I say briefly, I read a total of 8 pages before my baby literally booted this off my lap. So it's been a struggle to try and physically read, but I do really want to reread this and maybe reread Queen of Shadows. Something about November, December just screams Throne of Glass to me. I don't know what it is, but something about it just makes me want to pick up Throne of Glass. And I kind of just randomly decided to pick up from Air of Fire because I just really want to read this again. I love it so much. So many new characters introduced in this book. We have huge plot points and development of the main character, and we're introduced to so many more elements of the world in this series, and I just love this. I feel like this is where we kind of go from YA to more new adult or adult fantasy, in my opinion, or epic vibes compared to the first like 3 books. I feel like this is where things really start to go up a notch, and I love it so much. So yeah, I think I am going to reread this, and I'm so excited because I love it so much. And then the other book I want to mention is Holiday Ever After by Hannah Grace, because like I said, I'm in my full Christmas mode and I need a Christmas read. So this one I think will be the one I pick up. It's a romance. It's by Hannah Grace, who wrote Icebreaker, which I haven't actually finished reading before, but all I know is this is a holiday romance, and that is pretty much it. Don't really know anything else about it. I pre-ordered this book on a whim, and I'm actually so glad I did because it is stunning. Look at the end pages inside, and it even has this beautiful design on the hardback. And yeah, it's just a Christmas romance, and honestly, do we need to know much more than that? I don't. I really don't. So I'm going to go into this and have a great time. I haven't read a nice, fun, silly romance in a while, and I just need cozy Christmas vibes, and I feel like this will deliver that. Plus, this edition is beautiful. So yes, this does conclude my TBR, plus the 2 ebooks, because I am apparently unhinged. I don't know who I think I am. I haven't finished a book in 2 months because, like I said, I've been very preoccupied, and I've also been a bit of a slum. So yeah, don't know who I think I am to be picking all of these up, but I feel like we have a really good mix of books here, and I'm so excited for every single one of these books, and hopefully I can read at least half of my TBR this month. I will be so happy with that. But I'm definitely going to mood read. I am hoping to get a couple of vlogs out for you guys this month as well. Get back into the swing of booktube again because I miss it so much. It's just really hard to make the time at the moment, but I am working on a couple of different videos. Do keep an eye out for that. It'll be super cozy. I'm so excited, and I'm just so excited for this TBR and for this time of year. Let me know in the comments down below what's on your November TBR. Let me know if you've read any of these books, what your thoughts were, what you rated them, and also let me know what content would you like to see from me over the festive season or towards the end of the year. I would love to know if there's any like content in particular you guys would love to see, and if it's like Bookmas themed, please do let me know. I'm considering potentially trying to do Bookmas this year, so if that's something you guys wanted to see, let me know, and let me know what kind of content you would like to see during Bookmas. But yeah, very excited to hopefully share lots of thoughts on all of these books if I get to them this month. And I feel like this is a great TBR, but I definitely need to redo my TBR job because that was shocking, honestly. But yes, as always, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will have all of these books linked down below in the description box so you can find out more about them and read the full synopses of them there. I'll also leave a link to my Patreon. That's where you can join our bi-monthly book club. You get early access to videos such as this one. There's behind the scenes photos, general life photos and things like that, a Discord server, extra videos. There is a big book unboxing video going up over on my Patreon, and there's like vlogs on there and stuff as well. So if you guys are ever interested in any exclusive or extra content from me, you can find it over my Patreon, and I will link all of my socials, including my Bookstagram, my Book Talk, my lifestyle Instagram, and my lifestyle TikTok account as well. And you can also find a link to my Vinted, and that's where you'll find books for sale and all that good stuff. But I think that is everything from me. I hope you guys have a wonderful November, a super cozy time, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!